Hello, everybody. I'm back again. My computer's been acting funny, but hopefully I've got the problem fixed. So the screen is black, but I'm going to trust that it's still recording, which is perfect because this video is about trust. So we're going on trust right now, guys, and I hope it's working out. So trust is a concept that often comes into question when we are going through the awakening process. And when we've gotten to the point in the process when we start to realize that everything that we once believed was true is actually bullshit, it's actually an illusion. And that everything that we've built this life on is an illusion, and that we had trusted our parents and our culture and our society when we were told and led to believe that we live in this very fixed 3D world, that we're very limited humans, that we're actually not really good enough or quite enough, and so we have to constantly effort to be more, and that whatever we see around us is the only thing that really exists, that there's nothing more, that there's no other dimensions, there's no magic, there's no people on other planets, on and on and on, all of these things that we were led to believe as truths. We start to see through the veil. We start to see a bigger picture. We start to see that there's a lot more to the story. And then we start to realize, well, can we trust anything if we can't trust what we were told, what our entire culture believes, um, this world that we've built or this life that we've built for ourselves? What can we trust? What is true? And then we have experiences throughout our lifetime in relationship where we get our hearts broken, and when we really trusted someone and really connected with them, and then that trust was broken and we had to release that connection and that relationship, and we would start to question ourselves because we had really believed in that person, believed what they said, and then we feel kind of silly for having believed them, and we question our own um, sense of I'm not sure what the word is I'm looking for, but we question our own ability to make decisions and to choose the people that we want to be with. And then we become very skeptical about all our relationships and about all the people around us. And this is really difficult because it makes our relationships difficult when we're questioning whoever's motives it is. Then we can't get close to them. We won't be able to get close to anyone if we are constantly doubting and questioning that relationship. So then we have to dive into that concept of trust again. How do we trust again? How do we let ourselves get close to people? How do we even accept, this world that we live in when we know it's based on illusion? And how do we move forward in a joyful way and not from this skeptical, um, untrusting, very cynical viewpoint? And so the answer really goes back into this process of awakening that we're all in right now. And it goes back to ourselves. And it goes back to moving deeply into ourselves. Because trust is something that we can only find for ourselves, and then we can only have for ourselves, because everything else around us is constantly changing. It's constantly shifting and changing, and we don't know if whatever's here today is going to be there tomorrow. And so, in that sense, we can't trust that, But what we can trust is ourselves. What we can trust is that we are here for ourselves, and that once we really start that process of peeling back the layers of illusion that have kept us from our true selves, then we begin to contact the part of ourselves that is always here, that is strong, that is immortal, that isn't going anywhere, and that is our true, authentic self. And once we begin to really move through that process of letting our ego dissolve into that authentic self, then we start to find our personal power. Then we start to really discover who we are, what we want in this lifetime, and what we're capable of. And when we move into that place of personal power, then we begin to trust ourselves. And we know that whatever happens in other relationships, it's okay because we can handle it. We've been through so much other shit that we can handle it. And not only that, once we're coming from that place of authenticity and personal power, we begin to make better decisions. We begin to see clearer. We begin to choose our partners and friends more carefully, and the ones that match our vibration. And so the possibility of difficult relationships is still there, but the possibility for a much deeper connection is also there. And so it really comes down to learning to trust ourselves. And that is a byproduct of this process of awakening and this process of really moving into our authentic self, into our true self, and really rooting out all of the things that have kept us from living that authenticity. And so that is the key to trust, and also knowing that we are all humans going through this experience together. And so we can have compassion for other people when they let us down, when we find that, maybe they did break our trust. But we release that with love, we return to our center, and we remember that we can trust ourselves. We can trust who we really are. And so that's when trust becomes not just a naive concept that we've been handed, that we want to believe because we want other people to, save us. And so it moves it from that naive concept to that really deeply rooted personal concept of trusting ourselves. So if you are moving through some of these issues that I've talked about, and if you would like to go deeper into your own personal process, then please private message me. I'd love to share with you the program that I'm teaching and enrolling students for right now. So send me a private message and we can talk about that if you want to hear more. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments on this video, and I'll see you guys in the Facebook group. All right, thanks for listening. Have a great night.